Hey, welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness. I am your host, Captivating Christian, and you guys, of course, are my co-hosts for the evening. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Oh, Melissa, you made it. Thank you for coming. I know it's, getting close to your bedtime, so thank you for being here. Uh, this Beach, how are you? Thank you for coming, Queen. Thank you. Patty Duke, say my name, Patty. Always a pleasure to see you. And Queen Diva, how are you? And to everybody else who is looking from the skybox or just, peeking around in the luxurious balcony, welcome. Brother Nate, I see that you are there. Just let me know when you are ready, sir, and we can get the ball rolling. All right. I hope everybody's had a great start to the week. Yesterday was V Day, so in honor of V Day a little bit, I still have on my pink little do-rag for today. Okay, I'm not a fan of the day, but it's okay. We'll let have. But I
Oh
hope
shit, I'm on. I'm glad I ain't say nothing. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad. I hope everybody had a loving Valentine's Day for those of you
Hey, how's
who
everybody doing
celebrate.
tonight? Yeah, that's right.
Um,
I hope everybody had a nice Valentine's Day.
yeah,
Enjoy yourself. A
right.
free meal, a good lay, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, that should be happening all the time. It should just be for one
Yeah, it
day.
should just be for one day.
But
Well, some people it's
some
one
people
day that's
are
on their
on a
schedule.
restriction. That's it. You
Hmm.
get holidays and Valentine's Day, and that's it.
Yeah.
And for
Hey,
those of you who are on that restricted kind of thing, I hope it was the best. Hey, Mr. Conscious, Starbella, what's going on? Nice to see you.
hey,
Uh,
Melissa girl. I hope you got your money, girl.
right. I hope they paid you your money.
I know, cause god dang, I couldn't drop down, but I
Ooh,
heard it.
oh yeah, I was listening. It's definitely very crazy. But welcome everybody. Welcome. Uh, how was your Valentine's Day? Did you do anything special with the missus?
No, mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing,
Good
nothing
time of day.
special. Mm-mm.
Okay.
It was quiet. Mm-mm. No
All right.
presents and stuff like that. As long as the lights are still on, we all good.
Okay. All right. Did you
I
wake up
mean,
and turn the TV on and everything
uh,
worked? Yeah.
mhm.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I mean, she told put the toilet seat down.
Yeah.
It's all love. Shit,
I get it. I get it.
shit,
That's
shit.
awesome.
After almost 34, 35 years, what is there left to say?
Right.
The
That's
insurance is
that's
paid.
a
I might be
Hallmark
well
card
off.
right there. That's a Hallmark card. You might want to hold on to that. After 35 years, what is there to say?
What is there left to say?
Oh,
Ooh,
conscious of the
no, you
cheap.
didn't call me cheap. I ain't
Yeah.
cheap. I'm
Duh.
not cheap. After a while, you just don't remember. Wait till
Not,
anniversaries come around, and you don't even remember.
and
I've
is
done.
that mostly a male thing or?
Oh
Because
no, we both did that. We
oh,
kept
really?
saying, something's happened. Something I can't remember. Neither one of we looking at each other. Well, what's going on? What is it? I don't know. And you know how
Wow.
the reminder just pops up, and it's like it's your
Right.
anniversary, and
It's
I'm
your
like,
anniversary
oh
today.
shit. So I mean, it gave us a good laugh.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
that's
know,
good. That's good. Well, like I said, I hope everybody had a nice Valentine's Day. What you pissed
what you
off
pissed off
for all
about?
the lonely
Lonely, depressed people.
people? Oh, I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't be depressed because
don't be depressed.
once you
Right.
get them, it'll be something else to be pissed off about.
Right. Then you be complaining about how much money you spend.
That gives you a threesome on your anniversary. I don't think I'd want all that.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work. Whole lot of work.
That is a
Oh
lot of work.
hell no. I can do all them bodies and all that. Nah,
Nah, it's too
all
much
those
going.
too much going on and all those expectations. No.
Right. All right. Well, let's get into the minutia of everything before we get started on the lighter stuff. So let's hit it with the heavy stuff. All right, and hit it. All right. We are here with the news updates for the people. Are you ready for this one? So let's start off with the Big Bang. So first, I just want to say, how dare this fat slob of a person think that he was really going to. I actually read this yesterday, so I was a bit like, are you serious, sir? That George Zimmerman, the man who murdered Trayvon Martin, who was 16, 17-year-old kid walking back home from a convenience store where he was staying with his father for the weekend or the summer, however it was. And he was accosted by George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman then was acquitted for murdering Trayvon Martin and been walking around the country ever since like a celebrity until it started dying down and the money started drying up. So with all this going on, he then turned his attention to suing the parents of Trayvon Martin.
I'm just surprised they haven't run up on his ass yet.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I really don't understand what you think, like, where luck was. Luck was in you getting acquitted for killing that boy. Luck was the fact that the boy didn't stomp a mud hole in your ass that you had to pull out a gun to shoot the kid. Like, why do you keep pressing that button? Like, what was the point in that? Well, anyway, he attempted to sue Trayvon Martin's parents. A judge recently threw the case out and was basically like, this is futile, meaning it's pointless. There's nothing you can gain from this. You don't even have anything to stand on to sue them in regards to this. Leave it alone and just go on about your business. And I thought, okay, I guess. But I don't know. And maybe somebody else could help me get clarity, but I was just really like, where do you think what do you think was going to happen? Do you really think somebody was going to really allow you to sue the parents of the child you murdered for what? Having him? I mean, what grounds could you sue them on? He was trying to sue them on defamation of character and slander. Where was it? Where was it? Everything that he's done since he's murdered Trayvon is an example of his character. So where did they do any of this?
And they definitely should have ran up on his ass a long time ago.
Somebody should have, but that's neither here nor there. But
I mean, it takes a lot of nerve, and it says a lot about your character.
Right, it does. But that's my point. Like, it takes it's a lot to do that, to think you're that much above reproach that you can not only do what you did heinously and think nothing of it and think, justice was served in your regard, and then turn around and want to sue the parents for slander or things that they, like if they were grieving and said things about you, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you killed their kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't. He was going after the newspaper as well. Many of the news articles, the local ones, anybody that said anything about him, basically, he was doing a Donald Trump. And I think in this age of everybody thinking that they're Donald Trump, because Donald Trump got away with it, Donald Trump,
especially the hillbillies,
right,
and the wannabes,
white man with money, right? Is a spoiled white man with money, not. I can't. Don't text me. He was trying to distract me with stupid jokes, but not that. Like, that's beyond the pale. I couldn't. I didn't understand that at all.
I mean, when they saw that one come up on the court docket, they should have just said, "The hell with him,"
Yeah, I really. And at some point, I just wish that even lawmakers and elected officials, as many judges are, would just take a stand. You know what I'm saying? You could be just before the law and really just take a stand and say, now that's going a bit much. Take what you got and go about your business. Whatever little money or promos you got while the fire was hot for you and people were.
Did he write? He didn't write a book, did he?
No, he didn't write a book, but he was doing a lot of gun tours, like the gun shows.
Okay.
He was doing a lot of that, signing autographs.
Because I was just waiting for his book.
Right. Which would be
his OJ book.
A 5-page pamphlet. I mean, what is he gonna really? You know what I'm saying? What is he gonna really talk about? Is he really gonna go into detail that I got my ass whooped by a kid, and I was so afraid for my life after getting my ass whooped that I pulled out a gun and shot the kid,
shot and killed the kid
because he was whooping my ass.
Yeah, sold the murder, sold the murder weapon.
Right. End of story. You know what I'm saying? Like, end of story. A 5-page pamphlet for no reason. But anyway, moving right along to some other news. I know I mentioned this in the roundtable on Sunday, but a FedEx worker was shot at while he was doing his job delivering packages. 2 white men, a father and son, yet again, decided to take it upon themselves and chase this young black man within an inch of his life because he was delivering packages in their neighborhood.
Yeah. Excuse me for a quick sec. How dare I'm not Pastor Nate. I curse and drink. I'm sorry.
Right.
See, because matter of fact, I got a shot here because we were running on some new time. Excuse me.
Not running on some new time.
I was like, oh, he must have got off early. Because I knew I had 5 minutes.
Don't do me. Okay?
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Yeah, Pastor Nate, he's a real nice guy. Yeah, but I curse and I talk about inappropriate stuff and all the rest of that. So
please make sure you go and check out Pastor Nate, of course, for his morning nuggets in the morning to get your morning inspiration of the day. Hey, Goddess, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. So with that and this situation, again, more of the same with the honkies thinking, or the crackers, or the people in the box thinking that they have the authority to tell you where to go, when to go, how to do it.
But I have been seeing a lot of ass whippings lately.
Yeah.
They've been definitely smacking that ass.
Yeah, right. I just what's her name? Cortez has said something recently that in 10 years she could see the country reverting back to Jim Crow. And I thought to myself,
AOC,
yes. And I thought to myself, really? And then I'm just like, yeah, I can see resemblance of that coming back into play with this. You know, you're not supposed to be in this area. What are you doing here? All of this policing of where we're supposed to be. What neighborhoods we're supposed to be in, areas, restaurants, you know, whatever disruption they feel in their peace. I could see.
Yeah, because we have we're the only group that has no protection.
None whatsoever.
So you know what that means? Stomp a mud hole in that ass. Hey, Pastor Nate, how you doing, sir?
Right. And
glad to see you. Speaking of Pastor Nate,
there
he is.
Right. Swoops down to save the day, just like a heavenly angel.
Oh yes, definitely check him out.
Yes, definitely. But I just, enough's enough for me. There's nothing more I can say. I don't even feel like doing the whole Kumbaya march because I think it's repetitive. And
no, it's done after all this time, and these people have been harboring these feelings for a long time.
Right. And it takes a insecure, fat, paper eating white man to run for president and say, "Hey guys, I feel the same way you feel." I mean, again, this is nothing new with the history of the United States and how they run. Of course, it's always the wealthy white man who, pushes that whole agenda of, hey, I feel the same way you feel. Let's band together and put these people in their place, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Did you go to LaSalle University in Philadelphia? No, I did not, actually. I did not go to school in Philadelphia at all. I attended Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. But I did, visit Philly often, quite often. A little too much.
Hey, Miss Philadelphia, how you doing, dear? Didn't see you.
Yeah. So I don't know. With that, I'm over it. I'm thankful that the young man was not killed, so we don't have to go through that again. But
the
at
one
this
thing that
point, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's all.
Oh, the one thing that I keep hearing, people keep saying, well, he was riding in a white truck. Well, you know, for the past, actually for the past year or two, because the volume of packages have been so heavy, they've been renting out trucks.
Mm-hmm.
They have their uniforms on.
Right.
And you kind of figure if a guy is sitting in the middle of the street and he's running from house to house carrying packages, then that's what he's doing. These people just figured that they could get away with it. But the problem that I have is with the police department. You know, they allow these guys to bond out.
Right.
And you can obviously see it's a copycat type thing.
Right.
And I'm pissed with FedEx.
Did they put him on? I read
they sent him back. They sent him back out on the route. He started to do the route, and he was so scared that he just came back. He's on leave without pay.
Without pay, yeah, that's
without pay. Yeah. Now, see, this is why all you have the Great Resignation, because you have companies that don't give a fuck about you.
Right.
See, Pastor Nate wouldn't have said that word.
Right. Not at all. Not in that way.
Not in that way, because I'm not at that level yet.
Right.
But you know,
God's still working on me.
Oh, yes, Lord, he works hard.
Yeah, see, overtime.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, but that's why everybody's, you know, leaving their job. They finally came to the realization, especially if you're working with the public.
Right.
You know,
right.
Here I'm going to have these mouth breathers in my face with no mask. You know, that type of thing, putting my life in danger for this little bit amount of money.
Right.
And a company that won't, you know, they tell you all the time, oh, we can just repel
me, and you know, I get replaced, and there's no sense of
somebody
accountability for the person. Yeah.
For
the actual person. I think that's ridiculous. Yeah, FedEx, along with a lot of these other companies that have been booming since this pandemic has started and making millions upon billions of dollars, they need to start reconsidering how they treat their employees and the value of their employees, because as they can see that without them, they would not be able to deliver on their packages and promises that they set forth. Speaking of delivering, it looks like Prince Andrew's got to deliver that cash to that white ass, because he
run me my ducats.
He has basically set up a settlement. Prince Andrew, you know, was involved. His name was one mentioned in the little black book. I think the only name mentioned that is like
so far
somewhat public in the black book of the sex trial of Jeffrey Epstein, who wound up allegedly killing himself, but allegedly being assassinated because they didn't want the rest of them names and numbers to go out.
They thought that book was in his head, but it wasn't.
Right. So, and his, you know, cohort, the homegirl, Maxine, was her last name Maxwell, I think.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, she has, you know, she's been facing trial for his actions as a cohort, and it ain't going well for the people in the book. So far, Prince Andrew has been demoted from his royal duties. Ain't like he really did much anyway. He's like, what, probably now 8th to the throne or something like that.
Oh, he's done. He had to give that title back.
Yeah, he was never really.
Mama took that title back.
He was never really going to
leave it at the door.
To the throne. But now she's definitely taken back his actual titles. So pretty much he's just a royal, just a plain old, you know.
Yeah, he's a regular royal.
So he doesn't.
But how does that make you feel? You're a 100-year-old mother.
Yeah, damn near.
Knows that you're a sexual assault person.
Right. Well, I mean, she probably always known that. I mean, it's probably something that's always been secreted, that, you know, the names and stuff didn't come out, so they were protected. And you know,
not only that, just a lot of things that they've done a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they're part of the, you know, in the box. The saltine. Saltine do a lot
Oh,
of shit.
you talking
Um,
about Stump Down's box? Well, she did put him in the box.
she did put him in the box.
Get
But
over
no,
in the box.
I wasn't talking about Stump Down's box. And put him in the box.
Mhm.
I'm not doing that. Other news before we get into some Black History stuff. I didn't read the Pfizer thing. I'll let you know that up front. I a little bit, but I didn't. New Texas rule. Texans, here y'all go again. New Texas rules on voting, which could cause high number of ballots to be rejected.
Mhm.
Again, people understand. I'm not again telling you who to vote for. I'm just telling you that you need to vote. That the reason why you need to vote is because they know, like some of us who are kind of dibble and dabble in this world, know that your vote is your power. And without that, they can continue to control. So, granted, I know sometimes it may seem frustrating and ridiculous. Um, but if we don't do it, they will just move us on out of the way and make laws, uh, make amendments that will totally just push us onto the side. Texas, along with other states, because all this starts with Texas, then you'll see Florida doing it as well, and so on and so forth. Pennsylvania might have it on the books already that we don't know of, ready to push it out before midterms. So it's anything to disrupt the ballots because again once they know now that because of the pandemic a lot of people are not going to turn out to vote but they will actually do mail-in ballots, they're not going to disrupt the actual mailing system that they did once before because that was too obvious. So now they're trying to find a new alternative way to basically disrupt the process. Your thoughts on this article, brother
Yeah,
Nate?
just remember that voting is just another tool in the arsenal
Right,
because there's nothing 100%.
right.
Put it like this: you're gonna hopefully if you vote and you can make some change that way, you won't have to pop a cap in somebody else's ass because I do feel that it will come to that
Yeah, I mean,
if we don't do what we need to do, and it's such an easy thing.
yeah, yeah, it really
That's
is.
the whole thing. Do the easy stuff first
Right.
that that works, and later on you may you know you, you think this shit ain't real. It's real.
It's
It
real,
is
real.
real.
Yeah, it is very real. So be mindful. Please take that into account. Um, I think it is very important that we do so as a people.
Hmm.
I ain't even talking about the others and everybody else. I'm just talking to us mainly.
Hmm.
We need to take more initiative and more insight into our political realms and what's going on. And I'm not even talking about big picture like Biden presidency and all that kind of stuff. The little your local votes matter. That's where all of the
Hmm.
real stuff
Yes,
happens.
definitely.
That's
Your
where the
local, your
programs
local
start.
shields you from a lot
Right,
of things that go on
right.
from your
Or
federal
open you up
government.
to a lot of things
The
that go
things
on
that's
to the
going
federal
on.
government.
I
It
mean,
all
just
depends.
look at proof in the pudding. What our vote did for Biden. Now, granted, it's the lesser of two evils. Okay,
Right.
we knew what he was going to be about. He was just to stop the bleeding. That's why I don't
Mhm.
understand why people are so upset.
Or
I mean,
surprise at a
or
lot.
surprised. Yeah, it's not like we had somebody else. Now, this we can kind of fine tune depending upon who runs against him in the party.
Right.
You know, so it's pretty much he wasn't going to do. But so luckily, I mean, if he makes it to the fourth year,
If he
I
makes it
mean,
to 4 years, if he makes it to 4 years, he deserves a medal on his
oh,
own.
he definitely
Yeah, he
all
deserves a
by
medal on his
himself.
own
But
merit.
I was hoping that he was giving Kamala
Kamala
Harris
Harris.
an accelerated class,
Yeah,
and basically how
into
to
yeah,
do everything. And with the
right.
experience, this is what it's about because she's going to have headwinds regardless because she's a woman. She's a
Yeah, it's a
woman of
woman, and
color,
she, right, right.
and the bad part is women will vote against her.
Yeah, especially white women. Because I just thought about that the other day, and I thought if she becomes president, you know how angry that will make white women?
You think they out here screaming in Victoria's Secret's name?
Right. That would make white women so angry because they wouldn't be the first to be
Well,
in the White
see,
House
they
and to
don't
be
think that
president.
they're the minority. Bitch, you just a pink pussy. Excuse me, pink pussy. That's all. You know, you are a minority. You're not a white male.
Yeah. Well, they've been able to
Yeah, I mean they're
kind
like
of
second in line, but they'll never
yeah,
be.
but they've been able to move the white man in their direction politically and in other ways. So they've been able to kind of ride the tail and ride the wave of the white man. So as the white
No,
man,
actually, they're riding the dick of
you
the
know
white
what? I
man.
wasn't gonna say that, but
Well, I said, see, that's why I'm not passionate.
so as they do that, and as that becomes somewhat of a decline because the world's starting to look different, and people's pushing for a different type of view. They want to see more people that look like them. It's kind of pushing them both kind of to the left a little bit, which is, why we're here today.
Yeah. Good evening to everyone coming into the chat.
Yes. Hello, welcome. To the history part of this, Black history part of this, there's a few things here. Real quick, the Devil's Punch Bowl, basically during or after the Civil War, the Confederates created concentration camps. So this is nothing new. Again, a lot of slaves were starved to death. A lot of slaves, due to what they had already gone through, was already had, what? Don't text me. Okay. Don't text me stuff like that. Anyway, getting back on thought. So the history of all this in a nutshell. We need to learn, we need to teach the truth about the actual history. We do not need to gloss over the history of the crimes against humanity of these white people. It needs to be told, and that's just it, point blank and period. So do I agree with what Whoopi said? Totally. In every sense of the word. It was a crime against white humanity. She just ain't say white people or white on white crime. She
should have said white on white crime.
She should have said that. It probably would have,
I mean, to be technical, because
to be technical,
Judaism is a religion.
It's a religion, right?
And these are Caucasian people, and they attacked Caucasian people first.
Right.
But granted, they did go after gypsies and other non-whites, and even when they occupied North Africa, they killed one group. I cannot remember the name of the tribe, but the tribe originally was 50,000. But by the time they got finished with them, it was like 5,000 left of this tribe.
They were, and they were pushing. They had bases here in the United States, and they were definitely on par to really have a party, a social group here in the United States. The only thing that kind of put that on a bit of a whoa, and let the I guess KKK or whatever you want to call those clowns remain kind of the party that is really about the having the one race type of deal, was the bombing of Pearl Harbor. That was it. Other than that, they were welcomed here. They had plenty of meetings here. Adolf Hitler was scheduled to come here to visit the United States. Like, it was really not a thing until they bombed that base in Hawaii, and the Japanese did that.
Yeah.
So,
but remember too, that this is where they got the model from, using Jim Crow.
Right. Yeah.
And that,
very true. Well, not even Jim Crow, just slavery and after slavery, and things of that nature to kind of get going.
With the but back to the Devil's Punch Bowl. These were freed. These were newly freed
slaves.
Black slaves that were herded into this cavern, and the men were taken out and used as labor.
Mhm.
The women and the old and the children were left there to starve, um, and die from diseases like smallpox and things like that.
Right.
And it's grown over now, and the ground is real fertile.
Mm.
And they were saying that there's peach trees there, and people don't eat from there
Right.
because they know what
What's under the
fertilizers.
yeah.
Yeah, because they once when the people died, they did not remove the bodies.
So there's a lot of mass graves under
Yeah,
the
is that,
land, basically.
and still to this day, the people are still finding remains. But you
Which
never hear about that.
no.
I was shocked. I was really shocked when
I was shocked. Speaking of shocked, I was shocked about the article that you sent me that I was listening to as I was working, but I didn't really. I could hear it, but I was doing other stuff, so I was listening but not listening. So anybody who wants to check it out, I will put the article in my community wall. But it's by Vice, and it says that Black people were enslaved well into the 1960s. Let that sink in.
And one of the persons recently died in 2014.
I was like, what? Get out of here. Like, you think more than 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation that we had, slavery was only subjected to people imprisoned because that's what the law gave credence to, that as long as you were imprisoned, you were then a slave to the state. And they could, work you for little of nothing. And, that was okay. But to know that people were still working land for damn near no money or the promise of some sort of money or funds is ridiculous to me. All the way till the 1960s, some people were, born in that era, were growing up in that era, which is ridiculous.
I always thought that they did that, especially like with the migrant workers. I always
Mhm.
figured that was kind of shady.
Right.
The things that they were doing. Listen to me saying shady. That's funny as shit. I am so fucked up over here.
Not shady though.
Yeah, that's because that's not in my lexicon. Okay, no, but that was just so fucked up. God damn.
Yeah, no, it is.
With just a lot of their practices, because if they purchase things from, say, like the general store or
Right.
from the farmer or whatever,
Mhm.
you're in debt. Because you don't have any money, so you have to
Right.
work it off in
You have
service.
to work it off.
And can you imagine having your whole family doing that?
Right. And they would do it, and the landowners would do it on purpose. They'd
Yes.
buy all these.
That's right. They keep you in
To
servitude.
keep you in servitude.
You're an
You need
indentured.
this, you need this, you need this. I'll get it. No problem. I'll get it. And some of them having, little to no education or grade school education, they were
And that's
able
all.
to
And that's
manipulate
all
them.
you know.
That's it. They were able to manipulate them for years. But 1960?
Yes. There's a whole family
Yeah.
that was held. That was really crazy. And they were treated like slaves. They were abused. They were sexually assaulted. They worked for no money and very little food.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. When I read that one, because I'm like, God, man, this shit is ridiculous.
This shit really didn't make any sense. Like, I was so like, why'd you have to send me this?
My bad.
I was so like, what? Are you kidding me? And then I had to get, in a meeting and was like, and they're like, you okay? I'm fine. And I'm looking at them like,
yeah, because
you have a different view, especially when you go through these things where, there's so much opposition to teach the truth, to teach the 1916 Project, which is a book that I'm auto reading right now, which basically just tells the history as it happened, as it unfolded. That, a lot of these things that we hold to be this beautiful myth of, what these great white men did, many other people were involved in that. And the level of wanting to keep the money, all of this money that slavery itself was bringing to the nation, was ridiculous. ridiculous. Like the writers of the Independence were not Thomas Jefferson; they were actually the sons of Virginia, and they were hell bent, Washington included, on keeping their slaves because that's where they made their money, and that's where their bank was coming from.
Patty Duke, I don't remember in the article they just said the Deep South, and they didn't give a state, but they were saying because these plantations had so much land that
let me see if the Mississippi Delta they mentioned.
Okay.
Arkansas, Florida, and
why am I not surprised, Florida?
Yeah. So the article mentions Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Florida, and over several interviews as well that they did other places in the United States. But those are some of the places that when they visited these historical slave places, they realized that there were still people in some form of slavery or servitude to the original landowners' families. So these people, whose generations had worked the land when they were slaves, were still working the land for the landowners for little of nothing, which was totally mind-boggling to me.
Hey, Crackhead Willie. Long time no see, man. How you doing?
What's going
on? The artist.
Well, the artist is better than Crackhead Willie right now.
Okay, it's all good.
Yeah. Nice to see you, though. Thank you for coming. All right. So real quick, Herschel Walker running for Senator Raphael Warnock's seat. Why? And I mean, I know how, because he's on this Trump train and they think that Trump is going to come back in office and they're just going to really just like take over. But his personal record is so bad.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time for all his dirty drawers showed up.
I'm saying you're not a white man, but this is a lot of the concept that I agree with when we had the issue with the black man always saying, "Oh, it's this part of the black community that's destroying the black family and this, that, and the other." It's like because your idea is to be a white man, like what I'm saying, like you don't want to get rid of oppression. You just don't want to be the one oppressed.
No, you just want to get closest to it. You just want the power.
Exactly. You want to move to a place where it's like, well, now I have the power. I got the whip, like they said Sunday. I have the whip now, so now I can start, slapping some backs and say what I want to say and do what I want to do. Because I just couldn't believe it. Like, dude, your past is so disgustingly dirty, and you're a black man, that you really think that the white Southern Georgians are gonna vote for you just because you're riding for Trump. Now, if they do that
now he's one of the good ones.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Hey, what's going on, Stop Down? Nice to see you. That to me didn't really make any sense. Like, you really don't see yourself as a black man. You clearly see yourself as an affluent white man who just happens to be of a darker tan.
Have you seen his son?
Yeah.
Have you seen his son acting the ass?
His son,
I think his son's giving some ass.
Yeah. His son is definitely a whole.
He's something.
As Blue Wolf Pussy would say, a bottom, a total bottom. What?
Good evening, everybody. Coming into the chat. How y'all doing?
His son's a mess. His son's a complete mess.
And all he shows is privilege.
Right. He's a part of the community. He shows his privilege as a light skin. Well, I think he considers himself to be white, to be actually honest. I don't.
Oh no.
I don't think he.
No,
I don't
not going to do it.
I don't even think he views himself as being biracial by any means. It's just ridiculous to me.
But he's making his comments and he's wearing this expensive ass shit. And
driving and then talking about what people can afford and all this. Like, you have no say on the economy. The economy you live on comes from your father. Like, you don't have anything.
Yeah, you actually done nothing.
Right, you've done absolutely nothing. and these are the people that they champion, of course, as their party being inclusive. But it's like these same people have no being on anything, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Moving right forward from there, in some health and wellness news, a woman has been cured with HIV, which is a huge breakthrough in treatment. That should be coming into play soon because, of course, Moderna has just gotten the green light from the FDA to promote their version of the HIV pill or shot or some form of thing that they're doing. We don't know yet if it's going to be a pill or a shot, but it's supposed to basically protect you from HIV. And for those who are infected, keep their viral loads in the
it's a suppressor.
And so
okay,
that's
good.
That should be interesting when that hits the market.
Hopefully they won't jab it up the
dinging but now let's see if now I'm curious to see if when that starts to pop off, will we be talking about I'm not getting the jab and it's in this
they getting jabbed and they won't be by no needle. There'd be a lot of jabbing. Be sexual revolution. What you talking about, boy?
Right.
But but let me tell you the scary part. The infection rate among heterosexuals is double.
It's double. Yeah.
Because everybody's doing a lot of fucking now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Pastor Nate. See, I'm not that
Pastor. But yeah, that's what I think so too. But I think they done stole Dr. Sebi's since his death. They done stole his blueprint for how he was able to cure it.
Even if it's just his basic idea of where to look.
I mean, sometimes, unfortunately, all it takes is you giving somebody some money. There's always a Judas somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you never.
And remember, we're capitalists. You're in a capitalist country. Everything has a price.
Everything has a price.
Everything has a price. That's why you're going to work, and they don't care whether you wear a mask or not. Right. Just spend some money.
I mean, they care, but they don't care. Texas, once again, their parents are rushing to get abortions before this law kicks in into Texas, where, of course, pretty much abortions will be outlawed. So, yet again, this is where I say that voting locally counts, because you don't have to worry about these governors and these other low-level legislators trying to dictate what you do with your bodies. As women, I don't get it how women of any race don't come together and put a stop to this. Why is this even a
question? Why didn't they have the what is it, the pink pussy hat march? What
was the point of it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He can't run. You can't catch him.
Right.
His ass down the steps. He like Betty Davis. Madge.
I just don't understand.
Have his ass laid out on the beach.
Women, stand up and get it together. I really don't understand.
You can't let this go. You can't let it go.
Any of this is okay.
Because it will be a domino effect.
Yeah, that's it.
You'll have all these other Christian telling you what to do with your body.
Right. While they're doing the worst and the most with theirs, which is
and then once the child comes, there's no services. If you can't afford it. Because it hurts, it hurts more of them than it does us.
Yeah, but their thing is to make sure that they keep their birth rate high.
But like I told you, we're gonna send some Hotep boys down there. White pussy, get the white pussy. We're doing the browning of Texas.
They can't be a part of the Hotep Nation if they were part of Dr. Umar Johnson's thing, because he don't want no black men dipping into no white women. That's not Pan-Africanism for him.
Yeah, let's find out what he's doing.
What stripper is he giving? What strip is he giving your donations to this week? It's just crazy, but I think that's pretty much it. Oh, the U.S. Supreme Court, no surprise here, is allowing for basically racial lettering and racial kind of undertones to run rampant through this coming election.
Oh yeah.
Not surprised. Remember that Justice Clarence Thomas, his wife, is a strong supporter of all things basically to do away with the American government as it stands and to have more of a Trumpian kind of government. She has supported the insurrectionists. She bought and chartered buses. So a lot of those people that you saw there on January 6th was able to get there through the funding of Justice Clarence Thomas and his wife. And the fact that that sits well with the highest court in the land and the Senate of the judicial branch of these United States is beyond me.
Now you did see the article I sent you about they wanted to erect a statue to him.
Yeah.
And this was Georgia. Okay, I could remember who it was.
Yeah, it was Georgia. So they are in works to erecting a statue in honor of Justice Clarence Thomas.
It will be called the Coon.
I heard it's having one in Baltimore too.
Who?
What's his face? The other guy. The neurosurgeon.
You don't know a statue?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh no, I didn't hear that shit.
Yeah, they were talking about it. They was.
Oh no. What's his face of HUD? I can't remember his damn name.
Ben Carson.
Ben Carson.
Yes, Ben Carson.
No, he fucked up a long time ago. He should have stayed in the medical services.
Yeah.
He is you could be book smart and just be stupid,
Yeah.
And he is definitely him and his wife Taffy or whatever her name is.
You think that's his? I think that's his.
I think it's his wife's name, Taffy.
Wow, she looks like. Never mind. Yeah, moving right along. Okay, so I think that was pretty much it for that.
Oh, the 12-year-old young lady who was nearly disqualified for wearing a swimsuit with BLM on it. You didn't see that one?
No. Did you see that one?
Yeah, this was in Wisconsin. She's adopted, and she made her own swimsuit, and it had BLM on it.
Oh, okay.
It should be one of the very first ones. And they wanted to, and this is through the YMCA.
Right. Yeah.
And they wanted to disqualify her from her matches. Now, one match she did not participate in, but then they came back and overturned it and allowed her to swim.
Okay, because the U.S. has a swimming policy of no political language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Black Lives Matter. Sorry.
Yeah, but shout outs to the sister.
Yeah, for standing her ground, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the YMCA, though, it's the YMCA. Isn't it supposed to be like embracing community, difference and change and all these type of things?
Yeah. And nobody paid it any attention. That's what they kept saying. Nobody paid it any attention at first.
Yeah, but what would I'm really like, even with the first Black woman to win the speed skating thing for the Winter Olympics, like yay woo to her. But on the flip end of that, the Russian athlete who was tested positive for drugs and they still allow her to, or some illegal substance that they don't allow.
Her grandfather's heart medicine. That's what they were saying it was.
Why was she taking her grandfather's heart medicine?
Well, the Russians, remember last Olympics, they were pretty much banned.
They were tested high on steroids and shit, or steroid like substances. So again, my issue is if it was anything drug related, whether it was whatever, but even if it was your grandfather's heart medication, why was she not then disqualified?
No, but how much were you taking for it to be in that amount being in your system?
Well, why were you taking it anyway? This might what is that doing for you? Your grandfather's probably like
Mhm.
70, 80
You're
years old.
15. You're 15 years old. Okay.
Why the fuck are you taking your grandfather's heart medication? I don't know. I just again, that whole white black thing is very prevalent in the things that they do, and I don't understand why it's just not called out at this point. Like it just really don't make no sense.
Yeah, I'm
What's
glad.
going on, Chris?
What's the young lady's name? Shakari,
Uh,
the runner that was
yeah,
disqualified
yeah,
for
right. For
having
smoking
marijuana in her
marijuana.
system.
Yeah,
I'm glad she jumped on. You know, she was waiting for that
yeah. She
shit. You
jumped
know,
on
she
that
was
on Twitter.
waiting.
Yeah,
She
she
jumped on
did.
that motherfucker real quick. She
She's
got
like,
on
oh,
that Twitter, got them Twitter fingers going.
right. Oh, so y'all not gonna suspend her, but y'all.
Yeah, that's right. We had
Yeah,
a speed skater that
speed
won, an
skater.
African American speed skater
Yeah.
that won.
And I'm sure
Which is
she
great.
was tested 3 and 4 or 5 times to make sure there was not a lick of any kind of steroid or any kind of drug in her system. So they could be sitting there talking to them, oh, no, you disqualified her. We're going to take away her medal.
We need you to piss in this cup.
Right. Right before you go on to compete. Yeah, that's really ridiculous. But shout out to the young 12-year-old taking a stand. And that's what it takes. I mean, it takes for our young people to see something, believe in something, and take a stand and not back down from it.
Yeah, because unfortunately they're gonna have to pick up the battle.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to pick up the battle. So it's no use being gun shy. Call it.
Trust and believe.
And I'm so glad at this point that they are kind of militant.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
not taking
taking no shit off of these people.
Yeah, because a lot of us have dropped the ball. Because we've so enamored by the gifts and the trinkets that we thought we were getting, all of this and that, and we've moved up, and we're in such a better place than our ancestors
They've
and
gotten
grandparents.
comfortable,
and it's like while we've gotten comfortable in sleep, many of us, they have not stopped their plan. What'd you say? Why are they letting Russia get away with it? Why not?
Well, you know what it is. Just like with Shikari, it wasn't the Olympic judges that said that she couldn't skate. It was the Russian judges that okayed it.
Right.
See, the United States said that it wasn't okay for her to have marijuana in her system, even though that's not a drug enhancing substance.
Right.
But the Soviet Union, of course, they're going to say, "Yeah, you can go on ahead," because they want medals.
They want to win, and this is something that they do. They win at this.
And they do it all the time.
Yeah, Winter Olympics is more geared towards nations
they're so doped up. Then you're wondering why these young kids are having heart attacks and things like that, because they have them pumped up with so much so many steroids and things like that.
Their grandfather's heart medication, of course.
No, took grandpa's little blue pill, but
you're right. That's what it was.
She got the biggest clit in the USSR.
Right. Whole door stopper. Ding. What was that?
Come here, comrade.
Right.
Did you all touch on Whoopi Goldberg? Suspension. No, we hadn't talked about that yet.
No.
But I was surprised she came back. I was waiting for her to say something.
Oh, she did come back? I didn't watch.
Oh yeah, she came back Monday.
Oh,
and she sat down and she gave some little spiel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. When you're looking at that amount of money.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was a settlement of some sort.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's best to wait, because you don't have to get fucked today. I can always fuck you tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's that type of thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, but then too, she just signed a 4-year deal not too long ago.
Right.
And maybe at the end of the year or whatever, she might just cut it short. She may not do the whole thing.
Right.
But it would be a wake-up call for her to get her affairs in order.
Right.
So that she may not be in a predicament to be able to just jump. How many people working jobs and things like that. Your fucking job gets on your nerves. every day, and you think I'm gonna leave this fucking place, but you just can't jump right
I'm
now.
over this shit. Right, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that right, Melissa?
Right.
Fuck them tacos.
Because that was crazy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's nothing worse than not being paid when you're supposed to be paid.
Right.
But you know what? I remember she was saying that one of the supervisors is going to have overdrafts. You make the company pay for the overdrafts.
Yeah, you make the company pay for the overdraft. Yeah.
You say, yeah, fuck. What you doing up this late anyway,
right.
girl?
That's what I said. I said, oh, you made it this late to hang out. I definitely appreciate it.
But as long as my direct deposit
right
isn't late to the weed man, I still got my supply on time. That's all I was thinking about the whole time. I was like, damn, I hope it don't fuck up her weed money. God damn, some shit's important. It just keeps me level, that I can go out and from day to day I come home and relax, But yeah, you make the company pay. You make the company. You say still mad. Yeah, you make the company pay for. You make the company pay for your overdrafts. All you have to do is just you show them on your statement.
Show them what your statement is, and show them
because some shit's expensive.
Yeah, it is, and they ain't stopping. They not stopping or slowing down the charges just because.
And you know what their trick is
going on.
They'll go for the multiple. Say if you depending upon the date. They'll go for the multiple instead of the one that's due that day.
Right. They will.
Let's see.
Yeah, I know. We spoke about that. Yeah, that's what we spoke about.
Yeah, Jewish. Even though they think
they think that they're a whole class and race.
They think that they're a whole separate alien species. Seriously.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they think that way. No, it's a religion. Because matter of fact, you have to convert.
Yeah.
And if you were a species, regardless of what you did or what you do, you could never be
regardless, right?
With you're not going to be the Jews,
Right.
You just don't get a little a little beanie and a long trench coat and a long bed.
Right.
You have to convert to Judaism.
It's a whole process, but I don't know. But anyway, moving right along. Now that we've gotten that, now it's time to just let your hair down a little bit and let's get in.
Oh, mine's is really down.
Oh my gosh. So, who said that?
I don't know. Streets, well, wait a minute. Let me hit this first.
Yeah, I don't know who said what. All I'm gonna say is please refer to set content creators because I don't know exactly what was said. So I'm paraphrasing, but it was a lot of stuff said, a lot of little things, a lot of little things being exposed. But one I'll take particular issue with or look at is Brian. Talk to me with Brian. He did.
I like them. They're funny.
Yeah, yes, all of them are funny.
All of them. They are hilarious.
They're hilarious. So he did a live earlier this afternoon, basically talking, I think, about a group panel YouTube thing that happened maybe the night before. I don't know. I don't watch, but apparently the woman who suffered the seizure was on there, or they were talking about her, or whatever the case. And come to find out, she wasn't even taking her medication. So in essence, it's like, well, if you're not taking your medication, shit like that happens. Your medication is for you to help control that happening. And when you're not taking your medication and you're also in a stressful induced environment, even though it is virtual.
Yeah, because this shit ain't real, but this shit is real. Okay.
Right. This is what I'm saying. So you can be triggered. And no pun intended, because I'm not trying to be funny, but it was just like, sometimes if you sit back a while, the truth will come to light. And you can't, as much as you try to defame someone or make them seem out some way that they're, that they may not be, or something that came across a certain way that wasn't its intent, the truth will always come out, and you'll get a better understanding. So sometimes it just brought to me that sometimes we need to wait, and not rush to judgment or rush to criticize so much. Sometimes wait and kind of see all the details, everything that happened, or what was the cause of what.
Because it's going to come out.
We start rushing to judgment. And then on top of that, with a lot of things that the people were saying or judging him on, and the fact that some of these other people have done some of the same stuff and talked about some of the same stuff in detail and worse, I felt like it was a bit much. That you come down on who you come down on just because you think it's something.
Well, it's selective.
Yeah,
it all depends on who it is, and it's
selective. But that's to me as a.
They said some hate. They said some extremely hateful shit. Okay.
Yeah, but to me as adults though, I think that's that's really stupid. Like, what I'm saying? Because if you're going to have an issue, cool, have the issue and let it be legitimate, but have that same issue with every time somebody says something in regards to someone's health. And I think that's one of the things that he was trying to point out, that everybody seemed to miss and only focus on other things. It was like, yo, but if you're talking about someone's health, you're talking about the health, period. Period. It doesn't matter if you don't like them or if somebody else doesn't like them. It's still talking about their health and their health condition and displaying it to the rest of the world, whether the world knew about it or not.
So well, that was definitely a wake-up call.
Right. So, and like you put forth last week, hope these same people that are, running around, kind of making this whole situation as something slanderous, that you are making sure that you at the same time are creating some sort of safety net or some safe contacts where people can be contacted just in case something like this happened. But I just thought, like, good for you to kind of be there at that moment when that was said and exposed, and it made everything to go like, okay, now that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, well, if you're not, that's with anything. If you're not taking your medication or properly taking care of yourself, another health and wellness moment that, you open yourself up to having certain situations happen. And when they happen, they can happen anywhere. It don't have to necessarily be on live. It could have been on the street.
Yeah. And you could be in the remix.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. You could be in somebody's remix, and you could,
especially your hair, because as you can see, these motherfuckers don't give a shit.
They don't care. That's what I'm saying. But
you are content.
That's my main point. It's like you can't act like you care for one, but you don't care for anybody. You just don't care. You were just making a point because who it came from that you wanted to make a point. But any other time, anybody else be mentioned, and these same people are silent. Nobody's going out and doing these mass, please take it down, please, to take stuff down or to not go there and talk about certain people's situations because it's whatever. It don't have nothing to do with me. I'm staying out of it. Well, then why can you choose that same energy before?
Yeah.
Because people are still hurt regardless. Either the person being talked about. So everybody's always kind of connected in some way to a situation like that. And then it's like, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me, but I think that was a bit too far. No, it's all too far. If the person didn't come here and, display it and talk about it and address it for their audiences, then why are you bringing it up? Because
you know how they are. They're bringing it up too.
Right. Because it's content for you. So then, and just like it would be content for anybody else. Now, you may not agree with how the person chooses to use their platform to make it content, and that's understandable. That part I get. But to kind of come after someone because they chose to make something content, y'all all do the same shit. We all do that. Whatever it is. I mean, mine's usually on a different spectrum, but it's still taking something, seeing something in the news and making it content to then talk about it and address it. It's the same thing. But, I just, to each his own. But again, we can't be sitting here trying to throw stones at somebody and like kind of knock down their houses when we in fact do the same shit. Like, check your own house, check your own shit.
Like I said last week, just do better.
Yeah,
Just do better.
yeah.
Just figure out a way to
seriously, especially when go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because you're gonna forget your thoughts.
Oh no, I want the night.
No, but especially when YouTube is like making buku money off the bullshit. Like I was in Goddess's chat last night, and she made an excellent point, which is very true. YouTube will shadow ban you like shit for talking real truth and real shit. But the minute I can go here and talk about Gorillas in the Mist or anybody else, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, and I don't even have to go through them checking the video.
You know what? People fall out. They fall out the sky.
That's what I'm saying.
I look at the numbers,
right? But I don't even have
fall out
to.
The sky.
But my point in that is, I don't even have to go for a review for my content when I'm doing that. If I'm addressing something that somebody else has said in regards to me, and I'm on my this is not the political thing, but I'm going to open up the session just for this mofo. You're talking about 2,000 to 3,000 views. The zoo got like 4,000 views. For what? For what? And I did not have to review that. It went straight through green light. No checking for language. No checking for if I said this word, that word. None of that. And I'm just like, how is that possible when I'm just sitting up here telling people, hey, it's your power to vote. It's your thing to do this. Hey, make sure, if you're going to choose to do that, make sure you're doing it right for your family and you making the right choices for your, your people and your family. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about the effects of, what this administration is doing to us and this alleged free crack pipes shit that I just really would like to find the mofo who let this beast out and was like, okay, yeah, we're going to run with this. And the White House not address it at all.
Well, first of all, with that one, they should have read the article.
Yes. That's what I told a friend of mine. But no, I was like, first of all, it was Newsweekly, but I get it. But at the same time, it's not that it's not uncommon. There were programs similar to
we've had that needle exchange.
The needle exchange, exactly. That's what I was telling
the Canadians and the English. That's like with our methadone clinic type thing.
Right.
People have addictions. They just want to make it more safer for them and have clean materials, trying to cut down on the spread of especially hepatitis.
Right. They have clinics where people can go and inject themselves and get high, and they have
testing. The main thing was testing their drugs because of the fentanyl issues that we're having.
Right.
And
mainly they were killing other white crackers.
Yeah, and that we didn't. You know what you got when you use crack. If your ass didn't die, you got jail time. That's what the fuck you got. You had to go cold turkey. You didn't get all of this.
Right.
So in so many ways, I'm like fuck them, but I'm not like fuck them because it's not their fault that they have addictions, but it's just the way that the people are treated as you see the double standards.
The difference, it's because they're white addictions. That's all it is. They have, like I said, they have clinics to watch them get high with medical standby so they don't, overdose and all types of shit. But this shit has been going on for the ages. So when you hear, people talk about, we're doing this drug reform. No, it's just for the simple fact, the same reason why they're pushing the abortion thing. Their numbers are dropping because their young white children are out here hitting this shit hard and falling out because they don't know nothing about responsibility. Everything is handed to them, and they live in a world with privilege, and they know this. So when that gets rejected and someone says, oh no, you got to work, you got to earn this, you got to really do, they don't know how to
just not ever have to worry about anything,
right?
Where our kids, all of a sudden, it's like this shit is really as bad as everybody's saying. And it's just a lot to cope with.
Right. Right.
You know,
So of course they're out here, popping needles and popping pills and falling out, and now it's a crisis.
of course.
Okay. All right.
But it was up. But again, it was of their own doing, because
Right.
their own doctors were writing them prescriptions because they
That's
can't
it.
cope.
That's it.
These motherfuckers jump out the window. All my money's gone.
Right.
I'm like,
The,
so what?
the stock market
I'm
crashed.
going.
Boom.
I'm going to. I'm going to surf. Going to lay up on my cousin's couch for a couple of days, get my shit together.
Right.
The money just be gone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not jumping out the windows. I'm not. I'm not putting the kids in the car and we sit in the garage and suffocate ourselves to death. I'm not killing the whole family. You know, you
Speaking
got.
of which, killing the whole family. You read about the sheriff that shot himself. Well, shot his son, his 21-year-old son, shot his wife, and turned the gun on himself, but the wife wind up living. He
That's
shot his
crazy.
son at point blank range. And
That's
what
crazy.
happened was he had some shisty stuff because he had like $40,000 going into an account that he was supposed to, from the sheriff's union or something, that he was supposed to take and put into a private account. But the bank flagged it because it had because of the amount. And then they wind up discovering that it was like this whole scheme that they were doing. And he wound up killing himself once he got exposed. So I mean, it's just like they really on some shit. Like they're really on some.
Don't watch TV and think you can do that same shit. This ain't Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it ain't.
It ain't Breaking Bad.
It's still not. They're on some next shit.
Yeah.
So
Like I said,
anyway.
but that shit is of their own doing. I mean, but that comes from being, that and materialistic.
Yeah.
You can always get this shit back.
Right.
For
them, they've always had it. Their history teaches them this, that it's theirs. They created it. You can take it. It's manifest destiny. All this stuff is what their history teaches them. So anything that they come in contact with, they feel like they own it. They can take it. It's theirs. And when they get that pushback, like, no, this ain't necessarily yours. This is everybody's. What the fuck you mean everybody? They don't know what everybody's mean.
You know what I say after that one?
What's that?
Fuck it, jump.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, jump. Just go ahead and jump. No, actually, I say, where did he work? We used to do that shit too. When people stuff would happen to people, and we would say, well, where did he work? What was his job position? You better go fill out an application. There's an opening.
Right, but you're exactly right. It was affirmative action has always been for white women, but they always push it as a thing to help Black people and people of color. But it's always been to help white women.
Yeah, and nobody ever thought about the numbers.
Right.
We just didn't have the numbers. It was for them.
Yeah, because if that was the case, with the 13%, everybody would have a fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Well, I guess they'll do
the whole family.
Yeah, whole damn family. The wife, she survived. She's in critical but stable condition. But yeah, and then it's like now you can't even put him up on charges because he's gone.
He's gone. Mm-hmm. And they still gonna come take the shit.
Right. They still
gonna come.
They still gonna,
But they didn't have any puppies or anything in that house, did they? Lord forbid.
He killed the damn dog too. And that
that is fucked up.
You had to read the article and they killed the family dog. Like,
my heart bleeds.
Right. Dog lives matter. Oh my God. Like they go ridiculous off of people like killing of animals, but they have no concern or no care for another human life, especially a human life that don't look like them. But for him to pop his son in point blank range straight in the face, I was like, God, did you hate him?
You know what? He might have been one of those asshole kids They
One of the
go through them
privileged kids.
stages. They go through them stages.
The privileged kids. Did you hear about the black lady who stole $40 million from the water board in Alabama? No, but good for her.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't hear that, but I will look into that.
Yeah, just remember when you steal large amounts of money, just
they're
do a little bit.
tracking you.
Don't track attention and don't put it in the bank.
Don't put it in the
Anything
bank.
over $10,000, they will
Don't
flag
do
your
it.
account.
Yes, they will flag it. 5 and less.
Yes.
10 and more.
Especially when they know you ain't got that kind of money going in there anyway.
Right, going in there anyway. Exactly. And if you're going to do it, do offshore accounts or different accounts. Sprinkle your money. Sprinkle.
What we're telling you to do is steal smartly.
Right. If you're going to steal smartly.
And don't be buying no big ass cars and all that stupid
big ass
stuff.
house and all that stuff. Yeah.
I'd take that goddamn money and I'd leave the fucking country. I'd be done.
That's it.
It wouldn't be that day.
Right.
I'd be nitpicking.
Right. What'd you say? Google Nina. Okay, we'll do. Nina Bradley. I will check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I will check it out.
Yeah, and the reason why most people get caught is because they get greedy and they keep going back. Once you do it once, don't keep doing it again. Yeah. Leave it alone.
That's like, the former president. Like, you got away with a lot of shit. Why the fuck are you still trying to do shit? Why the fuck are you still talking to world leaders and Mar-a-Lago? Why? You're no longer the president. Ain't nobody asking you for shit.
I'm not going to New Mexico. I'm not even going to Old Mexico.
Old Mexico, right? Texas is old Mexico at that. No, thank you.
I'll take my ass back to the motherland. I'm sure they don't have addresses on their houses.
I don't even know if I don't know. I mean, I would love to go, but
I have no problems with dirt roads.
Even some of them, I feel like stab you in the back.
Oh yeah, they all do. They'll actually do it though.
Yeah. Oh my
With
God.
a real knife, they won't shoot you. But if you don't flash it, they don't know.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But how could you not though? I mean,
people can see you live modestly. If you have enough,
but if you going over,
you don't have. I mean, of course, the exchange rate is much different.
Yeah.
But you go in there and you get yourself a modest house with the compound,
right? Okay.
And you have the spikes up around the fence and the electric, and you hire some guards.
Okay.
Because they have guardsmen. They have the nice quarters right on the premises.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be that strange.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're not gonna go out here and build some goddamn casino. You think you're in Dubai somewhere and expect nobody not to notice,
right?
And you lay low and you be quiet and you disappear,
right?
That's all.
That makes sense.
People get the flashing,
yeah,
and get the fucking and flashing and fucking and fucking and flashing and fucking relapsing and relapsing and relapsing. They get ridiculous with the whole thing. They just get too flashy with it.
Finish his audit, sir. We're waiting. Obama presented his birth certificate. Where's his text? I don't know. And I don't understand why people are just letting this go like it's no big thing. His own tax firm said that they can't represent him no more because his documents are not accurate. And they've always known that his documents were not accurate.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you have people on the inside also that
just that are pushing paper through. Exactly. Pushing paper through.
Because you and I shit.
That would have been stopped at the door. They'd have been like, no, we not.
You win.
As a matter of fact, when you leave our office, the IRS officers are waiting downstairs for you. They would have made the call for your ass. But it's just really, again, how that privilege plays, how race plays in America is really funny.
And it's so deep into everything.
Yeah, and
it's basically them watching their own back.
Yeah. And then they'll sit there and go, no, this is not, we live in a different kind of America nowadays. How the fuck can you tell me that? Y'all done arrested, what's her name? Lauryn Hill, Wesley Snipes. Can we keep on naming people who've been arrested for tax?
And I'm sure that their money was nowhere near what this guy had taken.
None. None. You've ended the careers of Smokey and all types of people for going to jail for taxes.
For taxes.
And this man has been able to sail through life with not a problem in sight and been forging taxes, ain't paid taxes since God knows when. And that's okay. Since they said something about it while he was in the White House, he paid those little bit of taxes, which was like $400. Fuck out of here.
Tasha K, you better pay those 3 years worth of back taxes.
Yeah, they coming for that ass.
They gonna snatch your drawers, girl.
If they ain't already snatched them, I'll be sitting down and seat is all nasty and
They gonna snatch
wet,
your
moist.
drawers. Oh, all you had to do was stop, girl. Just stop.
Yeah, but that's that evil thing where you feel like, nobody's gonna make you stop. Nobody can stop you. Like, yeah, you can get stopped.
Oh, you what? If they had told me $2,000, I'd have fucking stopped.
Right.
Because I'd have been mad. It's like, damn, me being stupid, I'm out of $2,000.
Right.
But can you imagine $3.8 million? Oh my God.
And then you're gonna try to appeal to get some of that taken down. And of course, I'm thinking even Cardi may be like, okay, we can go down to 1 something. But I know she's still going to make it to where in which it's gonna be like, no, I want this to be a thing. So people know, hey, you can't do this. But like I said before, this is something that the National Enquirer and all these other kind of places that get insurance for these type of situations. They do this on a regular. They know they can't do it, and they will get sued. They are able to hire.
Maybe you should have called them up and asked who their lawyer,
right, or who their insurance company is that insures them for when they go out and do salacious stories like this that they know are falsified lies, and they know the person's gonna come back and go, "Okay, we're gonna sue your ass." Like, it just don't make no sense.
And I'm sure that their insurance guy doesn't stop past the house and pick up their payment.
You're right. If you have a house, by the time this is all over, and if you were renting the house and not owning it, that's another slap in the face. Like, it's crazy. Okay.
She on vacation?
But she needs it.
Sure, it could be a big ass green screen. We can do shit nowadays. We all technicals and shit.
Put that in front of a house fan, talking about some. This breeze is nice.
Yeah, and the whole goddamn house empty.
Right.
Send all that shit back.
Bad echoes.
There's no way. I wouldn't even be able to go on vacation. I'd be so fucking miserable.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I wouldn't want to play with my kid's future. She should have known about that.
Yeah. Well, it was very selfish. Very selfish in that regard.
Her dick wasn't big enough. Cardi's dick with bumps was big.
Not even. The dick that pays Cardi was big enough. That's what that was. The dick that is paying Cardi, that's who that was. That had nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, maybe the first part was mostly Cardi, but after a while, when you start messing with other people's money, then they start coming for you and going, okay.
That's right. You know what? Because it's a personal thing. Yeah. Those her attorneys said, you know what? This YouTuber is going to fuck up my money too. And it becomes personal.
No, it's not about assuming about a lot of people's finances. I'm just saying, yeah, they're fine. I'm pretty sure they're fine. However,
I wouldn't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away because I couldn't keep my fucking mouth shut.
Right.
Then talking about somebody else's pussy.
Right. And the clear logic of it, if you really had 4, maybe even 3.8, even say $4 million. If you had $4 million, would you be sitting on YouTube?
There's no goddamn way in the world.
I mean, if you had $4 million, would you really be sitting on YouTube? I mean, it don't compute when you put it in those terms, just as plain as day. If you really have $4 million, would you be sitting on YouTube?
No, because you would be able to greenlight a lot of projects. You have projects coming up. You kind of upgrade a little bit.
Yeah, you would be upgraded. You'd be really rubbing shoulders with other people in different brackets. opening up doors and avenues for the other people. You wouldn't be able to sit on platforms and have conversations about what? What are we talking about?
If I had $4 million, would you be drinking malt liquor? Because that's
Right.
what it
I
sounds like.
mean, right.
Your habits do change. You know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just don't. It don't. Mm-mm.
Why would you want to spend your money at Gucci? People stop being so materialistic. People need that's another thing. We need to stop being so materialistic. You lose so much money that you just toss away. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, there are wealthy people on YouTube. Very true. But they change. Their whole platforms and things change. They may start doing things like this, but once they started making money, this changed.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't doing
you move differently.
You elevate yourself. So
you
when
have to. So you'll get caught up in dumb shit like this.
All this money and you sit up here fascinated over this one woman's puss just so the person who's really angry with her or doesn't like her would pay you attention and go, oh, good job. Thank you. So maybe that, and maybe that person is funding her bill to give her that money so she could, continue to live her life and be whatever. Maybe so. Maybe that's why she was doing all this kind of, I don't care. It's a lie. I'm going to say it because, in the background, I'm told to say it. And they assured me that they'll cover me for saying it. And that could perfectly be fine, allegedly. However, it's just, really, honestly, it don't make sense. If you really have, all this money and everything is comfortable and you good.
No, she would have surrounded herself with
she wouldn't have had Elga. She wouldn't have had Elga or Olga, whatever the bitch name was. That wouldn't have been her lawyer, some public defender. Bitch. It wouldn't have been.
No, but her people would have told her to stop.
This is what I'm saying. Your PR people, your people that make sure that your money continues to flow, would have instantly made you put a stop to it. Where you wouldn't necessarily apologize, but you would move on. That's just it. That's really it. Of course, we're not saying the wealthy people don't work in their field, but they still change.
You better keep working.
Right, but they change. Naomi Campbell is not doing the same things and getting the same gigs that she once got when she first started, when Versace first introduced her into that as being the supermodel. She's not.
Yeah, everyone doesn't. You don't always spend your day in the sun. Eventually, that you will fade eventually. Right. So you just need to be prepared for it and to move on to other things.
Right. Well, they ain't stop her good enough. They didn't.
No, her husband should have spared her ass. Because that'd have been enough. Yeah, seriously. As soon as she picked,
she'd have been on the stand like, yeah, I said,
Yep, because I sure would have. Right to the neck. And I'd have told the boys, Google, come on, get here. Scoop her, pick her ass right up and took her ass right on out of there.
Oh, it was like she collapsed. She collapsed during the testimony. We don't know what happened. Oh, we know what happened, but you sleep.
Hell yeah. I would have loved to have been a fly on that wall and heard that fight.
Oh,
I'd have loved that shit.
Because he wasn't even going down with it. He was like, no, I ain't know nothing about like and that's good for her. Good for her. I'm just saying.
Well, but I will tell you this: lesson learned.
Yeah, big time.
Lesson learned. And everybody else needs to pay attention to it. Lesson learned.
Yeah. Because trust and believe, if you don't have Tasha K money,
but
you might want to keep your lips closed. Don't talk too much.
Because you know a changes are coming.
Yeah, don't talk too much.
Changes are coming. Because they're going to slap down and clamp down so fucking hard.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And then you fuck it up for everybody else.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Get fucked over. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you may lose some contracts. You may lose you know, some on the back end as far as that money is concerned, but the people that are going to get hit the most are just going to be the average content creators.
Yeah. Well, like I said before, she can recover because it
Right.
puts her
Yeah.
out there. I
Yeah.
mean, it elevates you,
Right.
and
Right.
people want to
To
see,
a
well,
whole
who is
realm.
she? And she was able to do all this,
Right.
so she
And
can
what's she about it?
recover.
What did she do? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to, even people, interviewing as far as going to do conferences to explain, well, what was your purpose in doing that? And what did you do?
Mm-hmm. Oh
I
yes,
mean,
because there is a market to learn
yeah.
from your mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Well,
have to
you have
admit
to
it
be
too.
willing to, right. You have to be willing to know you made one.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be
Yeah,
willing to
so
know you made one.
she'll be fine.
Yeah, she'd be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha X.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that was kind of insane.
I mean, it was crazy. Like, okay, so WAP now became the thing where black women were being exploited and this, that, and the other. Okay, but nobody said nothing about the other videos with other, artists where they was exploiting the same things and it was
Mm-hmm.
okay. So yeah, again, selective outrage. Kill me with that. Kill me with it.
How we get on her anyway?
I don't know. But that's it. I'm done. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I got. Unless there's something else. Nope. I think that was it. Any movies? Nope. I don't think I watched anything. Nope.
The Round Table. That was a good show Sunday.
Thank you. Oh yeah. Speaking of Sunday, well, tomorrow, for those of you who don't know, because I didn't get a thing, but I am doing Vern's Junk Closet. I follow her a lot. Her stuff is in my my community wall sometimes. Like when I listen to everybody and it's a message in there, I always try to share it with everybody who follows me. So therefore you can then, kind of follow or view who I look at and who I support and the nuggets that they drop, because I'm always there to pick up a good nugget. No pun intended. So she will be interviewing me tomorrow night at 7 or 8. I think it's 8. So I'll be there at Junk Fern's Closet for my interview. So if those of you who, want to get to know a little bit more about me or who she is and her channel, which I think is a great channel as well. If you're looking for something different,
post it on your wall. Pimp yourself. Pimp yourself. Pimp yourself.
Well, I don't have the thingamabob, but I will. I'll take a screenshot of her promo poster thing that she did that she sent me to check, and I'll put it up. So that'll be tomorrow at 8 on her channel. And so if you want to get to know a little bit more about me, or her vibe and her channel, definitely I implore you to come and visit and check us both out. But other than that, I think that's it. And of course, Sunday with the round table with the guys and the discussions. I think, yeah, that's different. Getting in that realm again, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyways, anything new? Any shows? Any movies? Anything you're looking at?
No. No.
No, I don't really.
Nothing. No.
Yeah,
been trying to finish up these books. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. I am midway through 1619 project, and I'm stopping constantly because I'm taking notes and making notes and kind of doing that.
Oh no, I'm stopping because I'm getting pissed. And then I'll pick up. What I'll do is I'm in 3 books, and when I get enough of that and it gets on my nerves, then I'll go and start reading. I'll pick back up on another one.
Okay, cool, Pink. Yes, I was hooked too. I swear I was hooked. Hooked. Yeah, Wheel of Time, definitely a good show to definitely check out and watch if you're into that. And also, the trailer for Lord of the Rings, the series, has come out. I'm so excited.
What channel is that going to be? I mean,
Amazon.
It's going to be on Amazon Prime. Yeah. Oh, okay. That would be nice.
Yeah. So I'm definitely stoked to see what that's gonna be about. Um, but yeah, and also Lotus Flower Queen also was doing some books that I put in my community wall. Definitely
Mhm.
check those out. She had a lot of books, definitely books dealing with spirituality of its different realms, not just based in definitely Christianity, but kind of breaking that mold of servitude and oppression that we've been in through the teachings and doctrines of a lot of the Christianity religion that was, of
Mhm.
course, enforced upon us by those beautiful, beautiful people in the box. Um, so I think it is always best to kind of, knowledge is power in all forms. So, we should always be reaching and wanting to learn new things and understand new things. So definitely check that out. Please read those books. Amazon is so shady. From
Going up on that's the prime, right?
Yeah, that's the
That's
prime.
going up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, but
Well,
they having a
during the
whole lot of
pandemic, it was like 99 cents.
no. That's because they figure they're gonna have to start really paying their employees.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody wants to unionize.
Right, right.
Plus,
But
he has to build a big black rocket.
that thing looks like
Dicks in space. That's what it
yeah,
looked like.
yeah. Dickheads in space. It
Mm-hmm.
looks a little crazy. But yeah, it used to be real cheap during the pandemic. And I was like, oh, what happened? And all of a sudden they was like, bloop, that's a huge jump though.
Yeah, all the dirt's coming out on them. They
Yeah,
don't pay any, they don't pay any
they don't
taxes.
pay no taxes, right? Yeah, they don't. A
But the
lot of
work
these
conditions
companies
are
don't.
unreal.
A lot of these companies do not pay any taxes. So when they
Mhm.
turn around and get corporate tax breaks, that's free money upon free money that they already don't
Yeah.
pay. So it's like, well, what are they getting a tax break for? For what taxes? They don't pay none. They're able to utilize it and do loopholes.
No, what they did was they bought back their own stock.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know that, but I'm just saying as far as in the whole realm of things, they don't really pay any taxes, little or nothing. So when they get a tax break or a tax cut or
Yeah,
a
but then you
change
don't.
in
But
tax
then you
code,
don't even hire full time employees.
no,
Your
your
employees are
trash,
pretty much gig work.
right?
When they were telling me the process of when people go to apply at Amazon, you
Mhm.
don't even have a interview.
No,
They do a mass hiring.
yeah,
You just show up,
right.
you fill out
And
your
then
paperwork,
and then just like
and
they do a
that's
mass hiring, they do a mass firing, and you
hmm,
go at
yeah,
any moment. Yeah,
then you're gone. And a lot of places, especially a lot of companies, will go through agencies, and here their employees thought that, well, I've been working here for 2 years, and I
Mhm.
work for this company, but it's not. You're working for the agency,
Right.
because
Yeah,
they'll turn around and you wonder why you're working and you have no benefits.
right. Or you
You know
working
that
and your pay hasn't increased.
any pay hasn't increased,
Right.
or you're working ridiculous, 6 day, 7 day schedule.
Right. Yeah.
That's why people rolling the fuck out.
Yeah. That part is true. That part is true. Yeah. And then they getting government benefits because the hiring. If they hire a certain amount of people and employees, the government also kicks in, especially with this kind of shutting down the full labor force and kind of limiting people to a certain amount of employees in certain places. Uh,
Hmm.
they're giving them extra bonus money to kind of help for the extra missing labor. So it's like people are getting paid out here, just not the workers.
Yes, it's not the workers. Companies are.
Yeah.
How do you turn a profit during a pandemic? Nobody else is working. Nobody's really spending.
Yeah.
But then too, you got to remember, if you're doing remote, you don't
Yeah.
have to pay for the coverage of the electricity, the water. You still might have to pay for the building if you've already had it.
Yeah.
You know
But
that
then you
that type
sitting
of
up there and you won't cover, you'd be like, oh, like you got to make sure your internet's on and it's da 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 da. But you ain't giving me no extra to pay that. You just giving me
thing.
what I've
Mhm.
been getting. So it's like, no, don't give me what I've been getting. Because now I gotta increase my internet bill because I have more stuff and I have,
Mhm.
more things to make sure that they are protected. So now with the increase in my bill, where's the increase in my pay? You know what I'm saying? So that's the issue, because I don't spend no damn near $300 on no internet. I ain't never did that.
You know, I agree. Say you don't get the speeds. It's not worth it. You have too many problems with for that amount of money. You should not have.
Nothing. I should have no glitches.
When the wind blows, when the snowflake touches the line, you should still have internet.
Every time I walk in there, they look at me like, "Oh, here he come again." Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right, because I'm trying to figure out why there should be not a glitch in sight.
Why was I down? It's like I have more problems now. Why am I down 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, like,
you know,
why is it glitching if I go from this to that? Like, there should be no glitch. It should be a smooth transition, point blank, period. Because you swiftly take that money.
Oh yeah, snatch it right out. Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch. Right.
Oh boy.
Are you out the labor force? That's good for you, Patty Duke. One day, hopefully soon, before the age of retirement, I plan to be out my damn self and be just having somebody else do the work.
Having somebody else.
Yes. It'll be like, go do that. I need this now. Go. Yeah, one day. Wish you. But anyway, that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for always supporting and hanging out. Remember, I do have an interview tomorrow, so those of you want to check it out, that's at Vern Junk's Closet. Her link to her page or channel is actually in my on my community wall, so definitely check it out, because that's where I'll be. Yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow to come and hang out.
Kept your Sunday gig.
Yeah, and then you know what? Thank you. Sunday, of course, will be at the round table with the rest of the guys, including Mr. Beyonce himself.
I know, boy, he came out. I was waiting for storm clouds.
Right. Are we channeling Storm today? But yeah,
she must check it out. It's definitely deep and in-depth conversation.
Yeah,
it's some real deep shit.
Yeah.
Very good.
The gentlemen are always great. But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing. And eventually, I know a lot of you have asked about the midday news. I'll get back to it. It's a lot. It's a lot doing this. It's even more doing that, because yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of editing. You gotta understand how much editing is done. Lots. But yeah, I'll get back to it. Definitely will. I've been wearing white here. Hush. I mean, it was something.
I was like, "Oh, what's this?"
Like, okay.
I was waiting for him to sit there like this. Wait, man, be like with the hair. I was like, I know your goddamn back hurt from sitting so straight.
I was waiting for the eye contacts, the white eye contacts, to be like, "Oh, he's bringing up a storm."
I was waiting for those clouds to come rolling through. I was like, "Oh, what is this? This is X-Men shit going on in here."
Who is he pissed off? Who pissed him off? Now, new thing is pay on time. Oh yeah, they're not paying on time either. Everybody seems to be having an issue with payment. Like the whole.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, my job. That happened to my job twice. The whole system shut down allegedly, and they weren't paying folks. Then they tried to pay you 3 times. So when the next paycheck came, you only got what the hell? Oh, the last paycheck you got paid 3 times. Well, you should have told me that. You should have told me that. So I could have been like, okay. But yeah, but they got it.
Is this the Russians? They're
I don't know. I'm starting to think.
Oh, Bigo. Just be aware. Bigo. Bigo is owned by the Chinese. Okay.
Oh, not surprised. So is TikTok.
Yeah, and TikTok.
Yeah.
Even though when you go and look into Bigo and see who actually,
you can't tell by the beans and all that other stuff. That looks like Japanese anime or Chinese.
Yeah, but that's through Singapore. What they did was they acquired the company. the Chinese, and you have to really be careful with the Chinese. They will
Yeah.
steal your steal
They
your
will steal your
information.
stuff and go
So
shopping. Okay, trust
yeah,
and believe.
because remember, information is worth
Yeah,
worth even more than
yeah.
cash. What they can get out of you
I stopped using
or
all
or
that
sell
other
it.
stuff, all that
Mm-hmm.
Wish and all that. Not with my regular card. No, thank you. I use other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No,
'cause
every time I buy something, if I use my card or whatever, I get a message, text message, an
right,
email. I get
right.
some sort of
Some
notification. Whenever there's a
notification.
transaction, I get a notification.
Yeah. It was just really
Because I was
crazy.
just curious. I remember reading somewhere, just trying to figure out what the hell that shit is. I could never
Mhm.
do that. That's too much shit floating around on the screen.
Yeah.
And send me beans and all
Yeah.
this dumb shit. I watched some other kids do that kind of foolish stuff. I was like, are you kidding? No.
Yeah.
Because I've been hearing people have been migrating over there.
Yeah.
What
They
happened
had
to the stereo thing that they were doing?
that went when the money went, because of course, again, when an influx of black folks started to kind of really infiltrate the area and take the money, a lot of the other creators felt some type of way, so they put
So,
limits to the money and how you could get it.
oh, get the hell out of here!
Yeah. So
So when the folks show up, they close.
yeah, of
Stores are
course. That's
closed.
always as always. When the
Damn.
folks show up, they always change the game plan. So
Oh,
that is
okay.
changed. Yeah. I mean, it won't be pretty soon. So I think Bingo, whatever it is, will change it up too. Yeah.
Only after they get everybody's information.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, it was interesting. I even posted something on my Instagram a while back about a young man saying that in China, their TikTok is different. They promote science and scholastics.
Oh yeah, well,
They don't
it's their
promote
government.
the
This
nonsense.
is foolishness,
Yeah,
and they're using it to their advantage
manage. Yeah,
because they're keeping our young people and
yeah,
old people
yeah.
occupied with the
Right.
foolishness
Yeah.
while they're you know trying to
Doing
step up
stuff
the
again.
grade for the
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Very interesting. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys.
Mhm.
So yeah, and until next time. Anything else you want to say, sir? Any parting words? Words of wisdom?
No wisdom. Just don't be a fool. Don't be dumb. Take
Right.
your medication.
Yeah,
Don't
please.
don't don't
Don't
don't
be
come on
jumping
here
on.
and
Yeah,
embarrass yourself.
right.
Because if you do, Brock might get a hold of you. You getting a remix.
You don't want to be a remix.
Mm-mm.
Don't want to be a remix.
Definitely not.
But anyway, everybody have a great night. Thanks
Have
for
a good
coming.
night. Take care now.
God bless. Good night. Peace.